Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I said it many times, I'm saying it right now, and I will say it in the future. The German foreign minister is an amateur, is an infantile. She's not ready. She is not ready to be the foreign minister of a country, any country. She's not ready. And this article that I have here, plus a video, will prove that again. She either made a gross mistake or she just told the truth, and I like people who tell the truth. And I like people who tell the truth if they're gonna withstand the attacks that will come because they tell the truth. So I'm expecting the foreign minister of Germany, after she said that they are at war with Russia, to retract this statement that she made in public and on video, because she probably was not supposed to say it that way. But as I said, she's a novice. So let's get it on with this article and see. This is the, as I say, the infantile, in my opinion, foreign minister of Germany. She is Annalena Baerbock. I made many videos referring to her as such because that's the way she behaves. So if the behavior meets the definition or the term, I will not be shy. So this article comes from Russia Today, and I don't care if it comes from Russia Today, it could come from hell if it tells the truth and provides a video of her speaking, then I don't care who gives me that. All right? So this article comes from January 25th, 2023. Germany, and I'm quoting, at war with Russia, foreign minister. Annalena Baerbock made the admission in a debate with EU colleagues pushing for the delivery of tanks to Kiev. Here she is. I think she's too young, too unexperienced, too undiplomatic. Arguing in favor of sending tanks to Kiev, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock said EU countries were fighting a war against Russia. US and EU officials have previously gone out of their way to claim they were not a party to the conflict in Ukraine. And I'm going to go quote Ms. Baerbock, and I'm quoting, "And therefore, I said already in the last days, yes, we have to do more to defend Ukraine. Yes, we have to do more also on tanks," Baerbock said during a debate at the Parliamentary Assembly of the Council of Europe, PACE, on Tuesday. And I'm quoting again. "But the most important and the critical part is that we do it together." You know, gang up on someone. That's not very courageous. "And that we do not do the blame game in Europe because we are fighting a war against Russia and not against each other." End quote. While Chancellor Olaf Scholz, another beauty, has insisted that Germany ought to support Ukraine but avoid direct confrontation with Russia, his coalition partner Baerbock has taken a more hawkish position. She is on someone else's probably payroll. According to German media, her party, the Greens, can you believe that, the Greens? You think that they love nature and all that. She would like to go to war. Has been in favor of sending Leopard 2 tanks to Kiev and eventually managed to pressure Scholz into agreeing. Defense Minister Christine Lambrecht, who was fired, or she quit, who was reluctant to send tanks to Ukraine, was pushed to resign. That's why a guy in, if you remember, 1920s said that, 1920s, he said that he hates this kind of coalition government for that reason, because you have parties that are not really on the same page when they have to make decisions. Therefore, they will sabotage one another when the country has to have one voice. In this case, you have Olaf Scholz, you have Lambrecht, and you have Baerbock pulling and pushing in all directions. Now, let's go and listen to Ms. Baerbock's little speech so we can enjoy ourselves here. All right, where are you? Right here. Ready? Let's go.
And therefore, I've said already in the last days, Yes, we have to do more to defend Ukraine. Yes, we have to do more also on tanks. But the most important and the crucial part is that we do it together and that we do not do the blame game in Europe, because we are fighting a war against Russia and not against each other. Thank you.
So what do you think? Is that taken out of the context, or she's just simply undiplomatic, or she's just telling the truth, which I think it was a mistake, Freudian slip of the tongue? What was it? Nevertheless, let's see if we can get more out of this article here. Okay, that's what she said in that little video that I showed you. There is not a fine time. This is not the first time Baerbock has made waves with her position on the conflict. She told the EU gathering in Prague last August that she intends to deliver on her promise to Ukraine, and I'm quoting, "no matter what my German voters think." I thought that she's over there to push German voters' policies, not her own. But hey, we at least, she's like that. But I see the Germans, what can the Germans do? I can tell you what my German friends can do. They will vote next time. How many years? 3, 4, 2, 1? Until then, Baerbock is going to get you in a hot war with Russia. So maybe you will not have time to vote again. So these are the people that democracy brings forth. All right? You gotta love mass democracy. So let's turn back to this article. See what other beauties she vomited. So, quoting Baerbock's words on Wednesday, Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said the West just keeps admitting that they have been planning the current conflict for years. And I'm quoting Zakharova. If we add this to Merkel's revelations that they were strengthening Ukraine and did not count on the Minsk agreements, then we are talking about a war against Russia that was planned in advance. Don't say later that we didn't warn you, end quote, Zakharova insisted. Former German Chancellor Angela Merkel told German media in early December that the 2014 ceasefire broken by Berlin and Paris was actually a ploy to, and I'm quoting Merkel, give Ukraine valuable time for a military build-up, but that's extra. Former French President François Hollande has confirmed this, while Ukraine's leader at the time, Pyotr Poroshenko, openly admitted it as well. Russia's operation in Ukraine was and I'm quoting, forced and last resort response to preparations for aggression by the US and its satellites, end quote, former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev claimed on Monday. So, my friends, here we are with Baerbock, and as I said, maybe she's just courageous and she just says it as it is. But, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing in this. I mean, it's a good thing, but at least they say, we are at war, and what are you going to do? And Russia's not going to do anything. That would show weakness. But I think Russia showed weakness since the beginning of the war. And why do I say that? It's because it seems like they matched all the time. They responded. They rarely took initiative in the war. You say, well, what are you talking about? That you're stupid, Emil. What are you talking about? They invaded, Emil. Remember, they invaded. Well, it's invasions and invasions. Well, this invasion was a very timid invasion. Oh, what are you talking about, Emil? Well, I tell you what I'm talking about. Everything the Russians did in these 11 months, they could have done it in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. All the rockets, all the missiles, everything, all the bombardments could have been conducted in the first 2 weeks. 3 weeks, first month. Well, you say, well, they need a little by little. Yeah, it was a slow, it was a calculated way of an offensive. It was not an all boom. That's what I'm talking about. And there you have it. You're in almost the 12th month of this fight or war with NATO, between NATO and Russia on the territory of Ukraine, and more people die and more destruction, and the Ukrainian nation is dispersed and all that, and he has these weasels that listen to those weasels, and those weasels are paid by those weasels. They're going to provide them with weapons to fight the other guys. I'm not, how should I put it, blaming the Ukrainians. Is not a population whatsoever, because the population is, as we are, given information by the mass media, and if they have access only to the mass media of television and radio and BS like that, obviously they think that all these leaders of theirs, they voted for Zelensky, for God's sake. Zelensky. Ukrainians voted for Zelensky. You don't understand what it is? How could they been fooled like that? And then Zelensky had Zmihal as a prime minister. And then they have the defense minister, what's his name? It's Alexei, what's his name? I went with Yermak, which is the chief of staff, and then you have Zernikov. I'm just losing it. But anyway, Alexei not Zernikov. I can't remember his name. Anyway, that's another guy. All these guys in office appointed by one guy. Well, it is what it is, and maybe next time they will vote better using democracy. In the meantime, you have Miss Reznikov, that's his name, Reznikov, Minister of Defense of Ukraine, the Ukrainian, another one. So Baerbock, there she is, at war with Russia. Good for her. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.